Hey guys, today I bring you this look inspired by Jana Kramer at the CMT Awards back in June, and I'll show you a picture now. It's just this really beautiful smoky eye, and it's nothing you've probably seen looks very similar to this before, but it's very easy to accomplish, and it really is honestly going to look good on anyone. So here are the two colors I'm using today. They pair so beautifully together. I mean, they even look like they would. It's Prom Night and Embark are the ones I'm using, Makeup Geek and MAC. So this is the look I'm creating, and if you'd like to see how I got this very easy and classic smoky eye, please stay tuned. Okay, so the first step is going to be to lay down your base, and for this look, I think the way I laid down this base really made it even easier, because I went ahead and used my base to A, intensify the shadows and give them dimension, and B, draw out the shape I wanted. The base I'm using is actually discontinued. It's Rich Mahogany by Maybelline. It came out in fall 2012, but any brown base will do. It can either be shimmery or matte. It really doesn't matter. But yes, this is the one I'm using, and what I do with this is I'm applying it using a brush. This is a nice cheap brush, that way you know, you're not ruining it. If you ruin it, it's not a huge deal. This is Elf's Professional Eyeshadow Brush, just a little flat one like this. And what I'm doing with this is I start in my crease area and blend out a small amount there, because a lot of times with these color tattoos I find they get a little jagged looking in the crease, especially with these very dark colors. So laying it down there first really helps. I also use this to trace out my outer corner shape, which is kind of a winged out but like rounded look. And then I use it to pat the color on the lid as well. So it really gets the job done. I've been loving applying my color tattoos with a brush recently. So the first and main shadow I'm going in with is a classic shimmery taupe bleeding very purple. This is very easy to come across. The kind of like one I feel like people always compare their shadows to is satin taupe, so this is like satin taupe. The one I have is Makeup Geek's Prom Night. And what I'm doing with this is I'm going to really pack this all over my lid, and putting that dark base under it will really make it pop, because this shadow isn't always super pigmented, but over that brown base it comes across really well, gives you a nice metallic finish. And if you can see in the shadow, it's shimmery, but it's not like it's not so totally frosted. So I'm also going to use it in the crease. And with this, I'm just taking the same brush and turning it on its side to do that, and running it through the crease. Her look did have a bit of shimmer in the crease. You could kind of see it. So that's a big reason I did that. But of course, if you're maybe an older woman or just don't want shimmer there, you could take a separate shadow and put some matte there. For today's look, the blending I'm doing is keeping it in very small motions, because I'm not trying to create a huge blended out mess. The shape of her eye is very specific, so what I'm doing is just taking it and kind of going little bits at a time to blend, and we're not over blending. And then the second shadow I'm taking is MAC's Embark. This is a MAC shadow I would highly recommend getting. It's not something I know of a cheaper alternative for. One that used to be available if you have this palette was the Wet n Wild Vanity palette, the dark color, and that was very similar to this. But it's just a dark plummy toned brown, and it's not incredibly pigmented, but for our purposes that's kind of perfect, especially kind of perfect because you just want a subtle definition in the outer corner. You don't want it to be too intense, so it's really great. And I'm going to take little bits of this at a time and fluff it in my outer V shape. You're kind of focusing it in that crease area, so it's kind of gives the wing that we created with our base more definition, and then we're going to blend it down like a V. So now moving on to the lower lash line, again taking the same colors. First thing I'm going to do is go in with Embark and an angled brush, and we are really going to pack that on. So what we're doing with that is, like I said, really packing it on that angled brush and wiggling it right into the base of your lashes. It's going to give you that nice definition. The darkness down there is mainly going to come from this color, and it's really pretty. I saw recently Jaclyn Hill do it in a video, so of course I have to do it. Honestly, I think over time most of my makeup skills, even if I already had knowledge of some things, I just equate them all with being from Jaclyn Hill. Let's be real, the obsession is real for all of us. But anywho, so that's something she did in her like cool tone smoky eye look recently, was use Embark right against the lashes and then blend it out with a different color, and I love the way it looked, and it was perfect for this look. So doing that, And then I'm just going in with Prom Night on a pencil brush and using that to buff out that color. You want to keep your lower lashes soft. Again, Jaclyn Hill tip. And that's going to really do it. And then we're going to even more soften this. We're going to really buff it out. So that's what I'm doing there. That it's time to move on to eyeliner. It's actually very similar to my Why You Want a tutorial I did back in the day. She does seem to always like to do some black liner on the top and brown on the waterline. It's a really nice trick to keep your eyes from being too much, because brown's just going to make them pop a little more on the waterline, but you get that definition on the top from the black. So the black liner I'm taking is the L'Oreal Infallible Never Fail eyeliner in Carbon Black as usual, and I'm going to do a fairly thin line, and what we're doing with this is taking it all the way along the lashes, and it's also going to go all the way into the inner corner because her makeup does go in there. So that's what I'm doing with that. The eyeshadow I'm taking over it is once again just Embark on an angle brush. One of my favorite tricks is to blend out a black liner with a brown eyeshadow, and it keeps it softer, and I feel like it looks even more sultry. So I'm doing that, and I'm just going to take this color and really wiggle it into that eyeliner. We're not trying to super smoke it out, but just soften it out a little because hers was a little bit smoky. The eyeliner I'm taking on my waterline is one that I've been using a lot recently. It's Pixi's Black Cocoa, just a very dark blackened brown, and I'm going to run that on my waterline. Also going to take it into that inner corner to connect up with that black on the top. Okay, and last step for the eyes is just some mascara. This is the Maybelline Pumped Up Colossal. Jana's definitely wearing some false lashes, but they look like a lighter pair of false lashes. Probably similar to the Eyeliner 116s. As you can see, I lost mine, but I wanted to mention that because that pair looks very similar to what she was wearing. Now for Jana's blush, I didn't actually have a color that was very similar to what she was using. Hers looked like maybe probably something along the lines of Maxwell Dress, just a light kind of baby pink. So what I did to kind of get a similar effect, if not, I mean it's not the same, but I'm taking a mix of Essence Silky Touch blush and Sweetheart, and for a little more pink tone to it, just a teeny bit of Heather Silk by Wet n Wild. This one's very pigmented, so don't take too much. But I'm focusing mainly on the Essence one, just grabbing up a little of this for the pink tone. And then for her soft pinky lip, I'm using a combination of two products that I talk about a lot on here. The lipstick I'm using is Make Me Pink by Maybelline. It's just a really pretty neutral pink. Her lips don't actually look like she's wearing lipstick. It's very natural looking. So what I'm doing is just dabbing a little of this on. And then I just go in with Essence's XXXL Shine Gloss in Nude Kiss, just on the center of the lips, and blend that out to deepen it up a little because that lipstick was a little too pink. This one makes it a little more of a nudie pink. And you could just use this if you wanted to. That is the finished look. I hope you guys did enjoy this. It's very easy to do, as I hope you could tell. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it. If you did, be sure to like it below. Subscribe to see more from me. And I'll be back with a new video in 2 days. Until then, talk to you soon. Bye. Lash Extreme, which I haven't taken the wrapping off. If you're new to my channel, what a Give It a Week is my take on first